Well, there's no such thing as a bad loss or a bad win. I'm sorry. Whew, golly. Okay, there is such thing as a bad loss. All right. There's no such thing as a bad win, and you got to give our guys a lot of credit for sticking with it when things weren't going very well. But most of the credit goes to Utah Valley State. They got a really good basketball team. They're very well coached. I knew coming in it was going to be a really hard game. They have elite. They got a high major rim protection. Kind of like Mark Williams in there. He causes a lot of problems. I don't know if I'm correct on saying that, Bandego, but number 55. He's a really good player. He causes a lot of issues, and I thought we did a good job of getting in there. We just, forced up some shots, didn't finish. He blocked some. He probably changed a bunch, but late when we needed him, we got in there, and Andrew made a big-time play at the basket on him. Made a couple big threes, and, we just kind of found a way to win. I thought for the most part, though, we didn't play very good offense, but we defended really well. They missed 50 shots, and I think it hopefully proves to our team we can win by defending. They did have a lot of offensive rebounds, and I think a lot of that, I'll go back and look. I'm going to have to say a lot of that would be our guards, not rebounding down, not getting 50-50 balls. He got some because we had to change our defense on ball screen defense. We were icing, but they were getting to it too quick. We couldn't get in it because they were going quick dribble handoff, which is smart. So we went to hedging, and then we went to switching. And when we switched, we had to switch to take away the roll because he's going to dunk it. He got one, I think, or maybe two. I can't remember. But that stuck Bobby sometimes or Dave, some of those guys on 55, and it was hard getting him out of there. But there were some of those we should have got. We just did. They were a little bit tougher to it. And they got a tough team. And, at the end of the game, listen, I worked for Billy Gillespie a long time ago at A&M. First day of practice in the fall, we lined everybody up on the baseline, and everybody throws the baseball pass. And you say, well, why do you do that? Well, because you don't want to wait till that moment to figure out who can throw that pass, because that's a hard pass. The play doesn't happen if there's not a great pass. So we got three guys on the team that can throw it. Cam, Luke, and Bobby. The rest of them, no way. And so, Cam's good at it. Then you have to figure out who can catch it. And so Matt's the best at catching it. So you got to give him a lot of credit for not being in the game for a while and then coming in and doing his job. Andrew sets the down screen. We throw the pass. The pass has got to get some air on it so he can go up and get it. Now, they don't want to foul. And so he jumped up, and the two guards, they exchange. They come down the court. He finds the open guy. And he found Ty and had enough composure to shoot and make it. We have a chart that we work on every day on those plays. We know what we're going to run with a certain amount of time left. There's a little bit more time left. We might have run something different. But at that point, I had told them if they score, call timeout immediately, and we knew what we were going to run. And they did, and they had the composure, to make a shot. So, again, congrats to Coach Madsen and his team. They got a nice basketball team. They're physical and they're tough, and they're going to win a lot of games. And, it was a hard-fought win.
You guys told us that you guys practiced that shot,
Yeah.
but it's 5-on-0, and Ty said he's usually open.
Yeah.
Did you see it playing out that way, or is that best case
I
scenario?
mean, either one, I don't care. It could be Davian or him. They were the two options, right? And so, yeah, you hope one of them's open, and that's why they crisscross in up front. I don't know if you saw it, but when the ball's in the air, they're up in the front court. They're crisscrossing and coming down the floor. So what happens, what's the defenders do when the ball's in the air? They look, right? It's natural. We all would do it, right? And so then you lose sight of your man. All of a sudden he catches it and he throws. He knows where to look because, we work on this all the time. And, and sometimes we do it 5-on-0. Sometimes we throw scout team out there to guard them, But really it comes down to the pass and the catch first, and then it comes down to, Ty making a big shot. But he had a chance to win it in regulation. I think he kind of lost track of time. He tried to hit Bobby for a layup, which, you know, was a good play. He probably should have shot it, but it's hard. You know, you're coming, you can't really see the clock. You kind of got to have an internal clock. Yeah.
Steve, what does it say about your team that down a lot of the second half, down 4, 6, 7 points, just never really seemed to get that positive momentum and energy going?
No.
But you found enough to come back and push us overtime.
You like to say they showed some grittiness. You know, I like to use that GGTT stuff, right? I got to give them credit. Like, we could have easily lost, and we could have easily folded, right? And I think if you look across the country, there's a lot of those scores to teams that are worse than that team. You know, so you got to give credit where credit's due to our players for continuing to find a way to win, you know, because it wasn't going well. And a lot of that had to do with them, the way they were, you know, Utah Valley was playing. They were in really good offense. And, you know, they made some tough shots. They're getting extra shots because they were getting too many offensive rebounds. But credit to the resiliency, you know, of the guys in the game. We went small. You know, we put Drew at the 5 and Bobby at the 4 and played that way. You know, now we could play different ways, and I think that probably paid off for us tonight, going with the smaller lineup for the most part.
This harkens back all the way to the first half, but you got the bonus with like 30 to go,
but
and only got like 6 foul shots the whole half. That has to be disappointing to you.
Very. I mean, we kept putting – but, you know, a lot of that has to do with he's a good rim protector, you know, and he doesn't foul a lot, and so – yeah, I agree. We were in the bonus with 12, I think, right? And we shot 4, maybe 6 free throws in the first half, you know, and we're pretty good about putting heat on them. But I didn't think we played real physical around the rim. I think we were looking for fouls. It was a physical game. They didn't call a lot of fouls, you know, but you got to play when you got to adjust. And I thought we let the physicality bother us. You know, like I thought we were looking to get fouled instead of just going to score and then getting fouled. And we got the ball ripped out of our hands a lot. They're a physical, tough team. And you got to give them a lot of credit.
But you ran pretty much the same lineup, like you said, the last basically 10 minutes of the second half and then through overtime until Matt Marsh checked in for the last play. What does that say about just the conditioning of your team to just go down the stretch like that, not need a break, play hard, and finish the game?
Yeah, I mean, that's a credit to the kids and to Mike Starkey. But I did call a couple timeouts in there to rest them because I thought they were tired. I think in the first half with the small lineup, we were plus 11. And so I felt like that was probably our best chance when we went to that team, you know. And so, yeah, this was a hard game, you know, a physical game. And I also thought, too, we were better. We had a better chance to win the game getting in transition. You know, our half-court offense was struggling. But I thought that there were times when we made runs when we got going, get a stop, get a ball, and get going in transition, you know, and so I thought that really helped us too.
I can argue for a guy like Tyree to have a moment like that in just his 3rd game here.
Yeah, I told him he might get on, you know, maybe get on SportsCenter tonight for the right reasons. Yeah, I'm happy for him. He's a hard-playing kid. I didn't think, again, he'll probably told you, I got on him and Davian after the game. I didn't think they're the heartbeat of the team, and they weren't ready to go. They didn't have the right swag, the right body language, the right pop. And the rest of the team's going to go with them. They didn't play like that, you know, not that they could have shot it better. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about their intensity level like they had against Georgia. They didn't have it tonight, and that's not proper. And so, I'm happy for him. And, you know, he stayed with it. He made the first 3 that he made to tie the game, I think, was the first one he made all night. But I think it's the same way for Woodbury, too. I think he made one, too, that, you know, was his first one. He's a hard guy to guard, but I thought we did a good job guarding him, to be honest.
You were talking about Ty and Davian not having that chemistry tonight as usual. Do you think that was a reason that they were able to get out to that early run just out of the gate?
I don't know if it's – I mean, they got good chemistry. I don't think that – I think it's more – they just weren't – they didn't have the same – intensity level to start the game that they've had, and they need to have every game. And you can't have that out of 2 fifth-year seniors. I mean, our guys are going to follow those guys. We got younger guys. They're going to rely on those guys to do that. And that wasn't – I could just see it, and I could feel it in the building, you know. And, you know, people say, well, it's not the crowd's responsibility. It's our responsibility to play. and then get them going. There just wasn't a lot of energy, and that's our job to get it going. And we just, they had us off balance. They put us on our heels quick, and we fought back, but we can't play like that. We can't keep playing like that. We're going to play against teams that will make it a lot tougher.
Coach, back to free throws. Ty took 14 foul shots. Nobody else on the team had more than 2.
Yeah.
Especially for a guy who's only 6'1", how important is that ability to draw fouls? I think you drew 10 against Georgia, too.
Yeah, it's huge, You got to shoot a couple technical foul shots, too. But he's got the ball in his hands a lot, and so and he's aggressive. He drew 9 fouls again tonight. He's good at that. He doesn't pick up his dribble. He keeps his dribble. He keeps driving it. He keeps probing. He makes tough shots. Find open guy. Draws a foul. Yeah. I mean, he's the guy you want with the ball in his hands. And if you look at our plus minus, I mean, Andrew had a +7, Ty 9, Cam 13, Bobby 10. Those are the guys that were on the court at the end of the game. And that's why they were there.
Steve, when do you have time to review the tape on this and make any corrections and
Yeah.
walk me through the flight tomorrow? You're flying with Utah Valley, right?
Probably. I mean, we're flying commercial, and we're going on 2 different flights. So we got 2 different buses going, one at 6, one at 8 in the morning, by the way. I'm on the 8, like the team is, but I haven't packed yet, so that'll be interesting. We'll watch it probably tonight, or maybe on the flight down. We'll get there, I think, 2 in the afternoon, 3. We'll have a little meal, and then we're going to go have some practice, and we'll go over the film, and we'll get ready to play LaSalle. I mean, they got a Hall of Fame coach. I mean, when Fran got the job, I was like, oh, great. He's a really good coach, really good person. I haven't watched him yet, but we'll always go over this game when we get there. We'll go over LaSalle, go out on the court, do some stuff. Have to be mindful of the guys that played heavy minutes. And then, what is that? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Thursday we'll have a regular day practice, play Friday. Going down there to win. We're not going down there to be on vacation, and that's always kind of the interesting thing about these tournaments is that, when you go to one of these destination places, everybody's like, oh, you're going to have a great time. No, we're not. Okay? No, we're not. We're going there to win. We're going there to play basketball. We had that in August when we went to Europe or whenever. Yeah, August. No, we're not. Okay? I wish we were playing in the Great Alaska Shootout where it was dark the whole day and, there was moose and bears running around the town, so you had to hide in your hotel. I missed that tournament. That was a great tournament. What happened to that tournament? It's the best. That was an awesome tournament. Those are where coaches want to go. Like, what are you going to do? Oh, you're going to go to your room because it's cold. All right? Those are the ones you miss. It's like,